Plus Ultra, my fellow YouTubers. Today we're going to be talking about the anime movie My Hero Academia 2 Heroes. Now, spoiler warning, I'm going to be talking about some details about this movie, so if you haven't seen it, turn this movie off and go see it, but if you don't mind spoilers, keep watching. Now, this is definitely one of the better anime movies out there. It's For those of you who don't know, My Hero Academia takes place in a world where 80% of the population has superpowers called quirks. Now the main character of the series was actually born without one. He was one of the unlucky few, named Midoriya. Now he idolizes this character called All Might. Now imagine if Captain America and Superman had a baby and he was Japanese. That would be All Might. This guy, always smiling, saves the day, most powerful superhero in this universe. He is the symbol of peace. Now, as the story progresses, Midoriya learns that even though he doesn't have any quirks, All Might can actually pass on his abilities to other people, to a worthy successor, and he views Midoriya as a worthy successor because of his altruism and his drive to be better than everybody else. Now, this movie. Now, there are some flaws. There are some flaws with this. I felt like it was mostly a filler movie. What I call a filler movie. It basically is a story. It felt like it was kind of like a filler episodes, like especially for long-running shows like One Piece, Naruto that aren't part of the manga, but they use these episodes to kind of fill in while either the manga or the anime catches up with one another, to just kind of like keep the story going, to keep interest in it. That's what I felt like this movie was. And I feel like they did it this way because this takes place between seasons 2 and 3 of the anime. And there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it doesn't, there's nothing wrong with the movie itself. The story is great. The story is All Might and Midoriya, whose hero name is Deku, go to an island filled with scientists who make technology based on the quirks of the people who in this world. They advance technologies and such, and he actually meets up with an old friend. This movie actually reveals a little bit more about All Might's background, as well as what he used to do, when he was younger, before, how his costume evolved, how he evolved as a character, as well as his own design, his own look, how he became more of a symbol of peace. And it also allows Midoriya to it was kind of like a Die Hard version or anime version of Die Hard almost. Terrorists take over a tower, holds people hostage, and the main characters have to be able to rescue people from the terrorists. It was kind of like Die Hard meets Marvel DC comic books. Now, that's not a bad thing in of itself. The story was great. The action was really good. The animation style was very well done. But I do feel like this was just basically a filler movie. It was, a little distraction while people are either waiting for the next season to be dubbed or while they're working on new episodes. Now, it was not bad. It wasn't great. It's not the greatest anime movie out there. Not by far. But it was actually a great movie, a great show. I actually wouldn't have minded to go on to theaters to see this movie. I had to get it on DVD. They didn't show it around where I live, so... Now, the pros and cons of this movie. Pros is definitely for fans of this anime. It's especially myself. I love the show. I mean, I cannot wait for Hulu to dub the next season of My Hero Academia to put the dub versions on there. I don't have Crunchyroll or anything like that, so I don't have any of those subscriptions. So I have to wait a little bit in order to be able to get them. But now, and this is a good movie, and it's a great way. It's also kind of like a standalone movie. You don't have to watch the show to figure out what the story is. It does a great introductions, gives a little bit on the background, just a little introduction of the characters, kind of like a little recap of what happened in the last 2 seasons, and it wasn't bad. It was very well done. Now, the con is, like I said, it's like basically it's a filler episode. It's not about character development. It's just action for the sake of action, and that's not a bad thing. But it's not like it's kind of like like I said, a filler episode. It's just basically a way to keep people interested in the show while they're either dubbing the next season or working on newer episodes. And it's not bad. Again, not great, not bad. Now, a little bit about how I feel about the show itself. I love the show, My Hero Academia, because it definitely illustrates one of the key points of, it definitely shows a lot of stuff like individuality as well as working together. You see, a lot of anime like Naruto makes it to where, yeah, you want to be the best, but you can't get there without people's help. And that's not a bad thing, but it feels like you have to rely on others in order to be great. Now, My Hero Academia is different. Similar message, but it has a different delivery and still has great show. Now, with My Hero Academia, it teaches people that you can still aim for the best because the hero Deku, this kid is basically like the smallest minority of this world, a, a powerless normal person before he meets All Might. He's told he cannot do anything, he will never succeed, he can never be a hero, he can never be somebody. Now, he all comes along All Might. He gives him his powers. He helps him up. He helps him become the hero he is meant to be. And as the series progresses, he meets his classmates and everybody else, with their own powers and stuff. And everybody wants to be the best. Everybody wants to be the best hero out there because the best hero gets the best endorsements, gets gets the most money, gets recognized, gets the adoration. A lot, and that's not a bad thing. But when push comes to shove and they have to work together, they put their personal ambitions to the side in order to work together for a greater goal. And that's a great thing. Because while they're working together, they're still trying to encourage each other to be better than everybody else. And that's what we need to learn from the show. Individuality and working together are not mutually exclusive. You can be the best of the best of the best, but it doesn't hurt to help with others. Because when you work with others, you can achieve even greater goals, can help accomplish your tasks and what you are trying to do. And that's what I love about this show. Because in Naruto, shows like Naruto, it's basically like you have to work together. There's no way you are not great on your own. All right, you need other people to help you up. That collectivist mentality. And shows like My Hero Academia help illustrate what is missing in Japanese culture. And it's one of the most popular modern animes out there right now in Japan because it illustrates individuality, exceptionalism, and in being the best of the best without having to rely on others, without being condescending or arrogant. You can still be the best and strive for it. And that's what's great about the anime and this movie. It helps you realize, look, you can be better with other people helping you, but part of the story is it's like you don't have to be the best with other people's help. You learn with your own powers, your own strengths. You could exceed and exceed. You could go beyond. Plus ultra, the show's motto. Plus ultra, go beyond by yourself. But you can go even further and learn, and you can even push yourself further with the help of others. But you don't have to rely on others to go further. That's what's great about the show. And what I also love about it is that this is definitely an argument against cultural appropriation. Because let's face it, this show is clearly inspired by American comic books and cartoon shows of superheroes and Superman, Wonder Woman, and especially the character designs of all these superheroes that are clearly inspired by American comic books. And this is definitely an argument against cultural appropriation because without this inspiration for our own arts from our own country, this show wouldn't have existed because that would have been like, okay, only Americans could do American style superheroes, Japanese people are out of luck, according to some people who believe in cultural appropriation. Now, this is great. I love the anime styles, I love the setting, I love the world building, I love like how you are rooting for every single character. It's such a diverse amount of characters that you can love, and it's like even if they're just minor or third-rate characters, to where you could still fall in love with them, you could still root for them, and that's what's great about this show. You're rooting for each individual. You can find your favorite character that you can relate to because they have such a variety of personalities and their unique powers and strengths, and that's great because it's inspiring people to look for individuals, be an individual and not part of a group. You know what I mean? So it's great. This show is so great. And the anime movie is, another great expansion on this series. It further expands an already great and amazing world. And I look forward to whatever movies that they do. Heck, I would love it if they actually did a live action version of this show, like they're doing with Sword Art Online and what they're talking about doing with One Piece. Last I heard, and Cowboy Bebop. Hello, My Hero Academia live action, that would kill it. Please, whoever the studio, Shonen Jump, whoever's in charge, please make a live action version of the show quickly. We fans in America would love it. But at the end of the day, this show, I give it a solid B. Because, like I said, I wish that there was a more original story. It's not a bad story. I just wish that the story was a little bit more original. Um, but it's still a great to introduce to your friends. I mean, it's a solid B, a B rate movie, not a B movie. Let me make that clear, not a B movie. It's just B rated. Thank you guys for listening, and also as a reminder, be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons below, as well as check out my Patreon accounts, as well as check out my co-podcasters on 50 Shades of Red podcast, where we talk about conservative and libertarian values, as well as my own show on there, Fact or Fable, to where I talk about how pop culture influences politics and vice versa, as well as economics and other social issues inside pop culture and mainstream media. So thank you again for listening, and again, check it out. Oh, My Hero Academia. Two heroes. Watch it.